Hello everybody, welcome to the Martian Movers 30-day challenge. I'm your host Marina Mars and I am so excited that you are here with me today. You are already 12 steps ahead of where you think you are for the fact that you were able to sign up and make this commitment to yourself. So congratulations, good fucking job, you made it, so let's do the work. I want to start off with a bang and here's the goals. So I want to define our goals for the next 30 days. I'm going to define the flow state and, again, how are we even going to get there? I want to tell you why the hell that even matters, why it's important. And I want to give you a general roadmap, where we're going. And lastly, I want to send you off with your very first movement and mindfulness exercises. So at any point, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below here on YouTube whenever you feel inspired to add your spice into this melting pot of love, or feel free to go over to the Instagram, the Martian Movers Instagram page, because we're going to do a lot of community work there, which I'll get into shortly. And before we officially dive into that list of things to do, if you are watching this video and you're part of the program, cool, you are in the right place. Super excited for you to be joining me. That being said, I am hosting this challenge partially on YouTube. So, if you are not part of the challenge, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Come continue to hang out with us for the day. Come join us. Let's get started. So defining our goals. We want to gain the tools to be able to teach yourself how to do and achieve anything you want. Sounds super vague, but we're going to be doing this by utilizing the power of the flow state. This means that you can also turn your passion into your lifestyle through these curated mindful movement practices. Basically, if you've ever heard the term moving meditation, that's what a lot of these things are. They're not going to be very technically difficult, but they will have a lot of intention, a lot of thought, and they will still make you sweat. So here's the byproducts of the overall goals that I just put out, right? So you may find that you gain a new vision and a new path that you can transform into reality for your entire life. You may find that you now have a sustainable passion that won't lead you into burning out. You may find that you gain an understanding of how to be comfortable with your discomfort. You may find new or alternate ways of healing everything that hurts inside of you. You might find some new skills to better create and protect space for what matters most in your life. This is going to alleviate a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. You may gain an understanding of how to clear out everything you don't need, again, to protect that space, but also learning how to say no is hard. And lastly, ideas are going to just begin to waterfall and your dreams are going to become so vivid. This shit's bananas, y'all. I'm not trying to make outrageous claims to make you, like, you already bought the product, you're already here, so why would I try to oversell something, right? I genuinely am so excited to wake up every day. I'm so excited to go to sleep every day. I'm so excited to live every little part of my day, because when I really put into practice all these things I'm about to give you, they work very well. So let's define the flow state. Let's define our goal and how all these outrageous claims I'm making are even true. So the flow state is defined as the mental state of operation in which a person is performing an activity and they are fully immersed in this feeling of energized focus. There's also full involvement in the process and full enjoyment in the process or activity. Basically, when we tune in, we come alive. So why does this even matter? Well, whether you're a dancer or a scientist or an artist or a writer, a community organizer, a thinker, a healer, anything, if you're a human, basically, and you wish to go with the flow instead of constantly crashing on the shore, this flow state, this mental state awards us our deepest satisfaction, because it's the cross section between recognizing and utilizing the best parts of ourselves. So if you're a dancer, this is where the magic oozes out. If you're a scientist, this is where you have your greatest breakthrough. If you're a poet, this is where you write your most heart-wrenching series. So here's the roadmap in how we get there, and how I basically framed this course. So over 30 days, I broke it into 3 sections. The first section focuses on framing. So we're going to be exploring and defining your purpose, whether that's the purpose of the activity that you're doing or the purpose of your life, or something in between. We basically want to get to know who the fuck we are so we know where the fuck we're going, right? The second third of the course is all about fueling. So we want to talk about how to cultivate energy and avoid burnout. So how do we keep this going for more than just 30 days? How do we make this a sustainable practice? Now, the last third of the class, in my opinion, is the bread and butter in terms of, yes, this is where I literally go into the flow state, but the other 2/3 of the course are so important because, you know, you have teachers who are like, yeah, let's just do this 45-minute workshop and get into some flow state. Cool, we had some cool freestyles, yay! But that's very in the moment, right? The 20 days of material I'm giving you before we dive extremely deep into focus and what that looks like is so that this sticks with you for a lifetime. So that being said, the last part of the course on focus is committing to that focal point. And this is very, let's put it this way, those kinds of activities make me so sleepy and I sleep for like 10 hours. So you're gonna get some really good rest by the end of this course if you are having any sort of issues with insomnia, which I know a lot of us are having because as of recording this for the August 2020 challenge, we're in the middle of a global pandemic still and a bunch of other things as well. So we're gonna help you get some sleep. So all of those 3/3 lead us to flow state freedom. And we close out the final couple days of the course with some reflection and perspective so that we know, how to bring it into the rest of our lives. I give you so many tools to make sure that this is, and this sticks with you. And the reason that I keep repeating this over and over again is because I'm just part of your journey. I am not a destination. I'm not giving you a destination. I am just trying to help you basically figure out how to read this map, the map that is you. And I can only do so much work. You have to put in the rest of it, but I'm going to make sure that you have that skeleton there for you, right? So a quick background and context about your architect, your program architect here, me. Hi, Marina. If you don't already know me, if you haven't already read my website, always good to go over these things because people care for some reason. So I'm 26 years old. I have 21 years of dance experience. I've been doing dance since I was 5 years old in one way, shape, or form. I've been a traveling performer for about 5 years. I've been teaching dance specifically at a professional level for 6 years. I have 4 years of event production experience, all the way from tiny little cabarets in bars in Wisconsin, all the way up to working here in Las Vegas. I got to work with Janine Butterfly on a couple of her shows. I got to work with the Pole Expo, lots of fun things. So little events, big events, all the things. So that's why I'm trying to figure out how to make this virtual event for you delightful. I have a bachelor's in theoretical mathematics. I also have panic disorder and I've been to therapy for like the better part of a decade. I also have a team of guest mentors that are going to offer a more well-rounded experience for you because I can't teach you everything. And even though I would like to think that I could help you along the way everywhere, I know that my experience is limited. So that being said, this round of the course, I have 5 guest mentors. And not every time, but quite a few times throughout, every time I run this challenge, my goal is to add on more mentors from differing perspectives. So that'll be fun. Fun for everyone. Reasons to keep taking the course. Okay, I move on. I want to finally give you your movement and mindfulness exercises for the day. These are also going to be hanging out in your emails as well. So your movement exercise, I want you to start by picking your all-time favorite physical activity. So whether that's dance or yoga, or you like to run, maybe you like to juggle, do the damn thing. Do whatever it is that you love to do while in motion, and record yourself doing it. For as long as you can stand, at least. So feel free to interact with the camera, like breaking the fourth wall like I am now, hi, hello, or just ignore it completely. If you want to do a time lapse, so, you know, if you're going to be doing some yoga for like an hour, do a little time lapse video, or you can just keep it in real time, whatever. The choice is there. The choice is there. I just want you to have a solid starting point. And now, once you have this recorded, you'll have something to look back on 30 days from now to be able to compare, you know, just whatever the fuck you want to compare. This is your journey, right? Only you know what you want to know. So moving into the mindful exercise of the day, I want you to do this after you do the movement exercise. So it's not always going to be obvious, like which order to do things, movement or mindful. I leave so much open to interpretation for a reason in this challenge, because you are in control of your own destiny. So, you know, whatever makes sense to you. Also, if you think all of this is garbage, you don't have to do it either. Take control of your damn life. So, movement exercise, in my opinion, or mindfulness exercise, in my opinion, I think you should be doing this after the movement one of today, because I want you to reflect on this movement. I want you to kind of take note of it in your journal. I had a brain fart about journals. Anyway, so I want you to reflect on it in your journal, whether this journal is that you're going to be holding is it's on your phone and it's like just a quick little notepad, or you have a physical journal. If you got the swag box, you definitely have a little fun physical journal coming your way if it's not already on your doorstep. So here's a list of questions I want you to kind of think about to kind of get used to observing yourself and taking notes on yourself as if you are a science experiment, because you kind of are in this challenge. So I want you to think about how did your movement leave you feeling today? You know, did you have a goal at all in your practice? Did you accomplish it? Does this activity look different when you're training versus when you're just goofing off and having fun? What did your energy level look like throughout the duration of your movement? Was it pretty linear? Was it you worked really hard and then you kind of slacked off in the end? Or did you just, you know, you start slow and you went really hard at the end? Did you feel like your practice was focused in any way, whatever that means? Or was it just kind of sort of all over the place? Were you just kind of seeing where the day takes you? What were you thinking about while you were engaged in the process? What kind of thoughts came into your mind? All of these questions, I want to make sure that you're not holding a lot of judgment, a lot of expectation. These are just questions that you need to answer as honestly as you can. If you don't answer them honestly, why are you doing the work? You're just kind of wasting your time, because change won't happen if you're not honest with yourself. Also, you don't have to share any of this stuff with anyone ever at all. You don't have to share it with me. You can straight up write it down and throw it in a fire if you want. So what do you have to lose with being honest with yourself? Now, if the goal is to lose everything that's standing in your way of the flow state, then fucking congratulations, you get the point. So I just want you to be kind to yourself. We've got a long month ahead of us. I want you to drink a lot of water. I want you to leave behind the expectations. And most importantly, tell yourself some nice things before you go to sleep today. maybe just think of a couple things. Maybe, like, for example, maybe you just got a new haircut, because I got a new haircut and I'm really feeling it. So before I go to sleep, I think about how nice it is that I'm not choking on my fucking hair when I go to sleep. So I like to, think about, like, just a couple things, just to, be kind, be kind. And finally, lastly, there are some words I'm using here that we are going to be going over in lessons. So for example, if you find that you have a very hard time with, like, oh, just leave all expectations behind, or, how do I even observe? How do I even measure these things? Well, don't worry. There are literal lessons sprinkled everywhere with all of these words. So I'm purposely, again, trying to leave it as vague, trying to leave it as open as possible so that you can kind of see where you're at now. And then at the end of the course, we can compare and see how far we've come. So please tell me about your experience with this flow state. Head down to the comment section, or just do your activities by yourself. It's cool too. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, my beautiful Martian movers. I'm so excited to see you tomorrow. Until then, I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful day.